you ready?
All right. And welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. This is episode 2 of our very first arc, Salem 1692. The episode is entitled The Devil Stands Ready.
Ooh.
We had our French Revolutionary one-shot last time, but now we're back in Salem continuing this second of 5 episodes telling a story of witches, devils, werewolves, and all kinds of horrific happenings. Let's meet some of our characters. We have our 4 players who were in our first episode returning, as well as special, not quite a guest, a new recurring character who will be joining us, hopefully for the next 4. So let's go around and meet them. I want to hear, and we're going to try something new, I think, at least for our recurring characters. So tell me who you are, who your player is, what their vibe is going into this episode, and then we're going to do your opening move. So this is a special move that you're going to do the first time. I think we're going to start every game this way for the remainder of the arc. Mm-hmm. So you're going to roll a faction for your character that is not already marked. Okay. And this way you can even mark that faction. And depending on how well you roll, it will decide how prepared you are to deal with that faction. Okay. So let's hear you are on your character first, and then we'll do the rolls.
Okay, I'm going first. Mm-hmm. So hi, I'm Marvin, and I'm playing the Spectre Pirate Diego Wensley. What he's feeling right now? Yes, a couple of goals. 1, wring out whatever information Lord Claggett has on his death and the death of his crew. 2, if he came back as a ghost, what does that mean for the rest of his crew? It's been on his mind for a while, and he can't just let it go. He needs to find out.
Yeah, crew stands together. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, so you get to pick a faction. If you haven't marked already, and you can mark it. So this will help you level up. Because in Urban Shadows, you don't level up by failing, but by interacting with the factions. A little different than Masks. A little more tricky. So this will help, I think. So which one are you going to select there?
I'll go with Knight, since I haven't marked them already.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so roll those 2 dice. And you're going to add your faction to that one.
Great. Straight roll. 7.
Okay, so on a 7 to 9, you are neck deep in it.
Oh, jeez.
You owe someone in that faction a debt, and someone in the faction owes a debt to you.
Ooh. Oh.
Yeah, I'm thinking we only really have one individual who's a knight. I mean, it could be Lord Claggett, the NPC, but I'm thinking it'd be more interesting.
Either way.
No, I like Andre.
Okay.
It's going to be the one. You owe each other a debt.
All right.
So maybe we can come around. You want to give some time to think about it, but yeah, both of you have a mutual debt.
I'm cool with it if you are.
Sure.
Okay.
So what do you think? What good deed did you do? What solid did you do each other that makes you owe each other?
Well, you're close to Lord Claggett, right?
I am.
So, what do you know about him? Do you think it's easy to get an audience with him?
He is of a certain mind, usually. But if you interest him, he tends to hear you out.
Alright. So I got a plan, mate. But you're gonna help me. I help you in anything you want. Just anything at all. I don't care. I'm dead. I have plenty of time.
I'm sure you do.
And you get me an audience with Lord Claggett.
We'll see what I can do.
Ooh, and with that, our ghost werewolf bond
Alright.
is
Put it there.
It's nothing like some ghost spit.
Get a vampire and Val's new roommate.
Yeah. It's a regular being.
It's the beginning of a sitcom.
Beautiful sitcom.
Nearly Human. Wait, that was the sitcom.
Joining us again, playing our Puritan huntress, Kat.
Yeah. My character's name is Goodwife Sarah Pruitt. She's the hunter. She's 45 years old. A bit overweight, but very good at fighting nonetheless. She has 2 children, Ruth and David. She's trying to avenge the untimely death of her husband, Solomon, who was killed by a beast of Satan. Or possibly a papist.
Let's have you roll. The views of the characters do not reflect the views of the players or
I want to
Time
note that
Tabletop.
my real last name is Cahill, so I'm really very Irish. Very Irish Catholic. American. New England. Area. This is New England back before the Catholics were there, though. Oh, I should say what faction.
Yes.
I'm very curious as to why the wild people are so interested in that creek. So I'm going to roll on the wild,
Okay.
which I have a -2 with.
Oh,
boy.
great. Not bad.
Hey, that's still a 6. She still failed.
Okay. You use a market, nonetheless, so that's something at least. All
I
right.
found out nothing about that creek.
Not quite. Also, you're flat-footed, so you're caught flat-footed, unprepared or unaware. Something's coming at you. I'll let you know what's going on in the game, but but you're going to be kind of on the outs with the Runagate Brethren, which is our
Oh
wild
no,
faction.
I already was. So
Yeah, that makes sense then.
I'm trying to remember who her person is that she did owe 2 debts and now only owes 1. It's the leader of the hangmen.
Okay, that's Reverend Caleb Wright.
Thank you. And his daughter Virtue's the one that leads.
Yes, Virtue's the one you rescued. You sent her away from the good commune back to the horrible repressive Puritan society. So
We saved her from the devil
yeah, so good on you there. But
by removing her from
I mean, you beat up a few
Havens and
scarecrows.
possibly Pavis.
Yeah, so it was worth it
There's
overall.
still some other questionable stuff going on in those woods right near it.
That is
still
true.
worried.
Something's going on with those with the
Including
Covenant
the
of
Claggett
Angels.
being there.
Let's meet our next player, Dallas.
Playing Lars. Animo. He's a Fae character. And he's an ex-sailor, sort of smuggler, that used that technique to get across the oceans. He's basically found a nice little home in America where he figures that he can take as many debts as possible from people who are down and out or looking for something that they normally can't get elsewhere. He sort of runs an antique shop front with a basically how do I put this, loan shark as a real business.
Yeah, it's not quite Needful Things, but
Yes.
like something's off about this curiosity shop for sure.
But he does it all in the means for gaining powerful artifacts to make sure that him and his ancestors can still thrive.
Okay, so let's do your faction roll.
I am curious about power because I think that's what we ran into out in the
Yes,
woods. and
that's
with
the Covenant of Angels. Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to be most interested in them. So I think Drake found something very interesting as well. And let me know that before we end it.
The,
So rolling
the
for power 10.
nice.
Very good. Okay, you definitely get to mark that one. So, you've got a debt, or someone in the faction owes you useful piece of information or equipment. So you could say that maybe the leader of the Covenant of Angels, good wife Bessie Barlow, owes you something.
She already does.
Oh, okay. You could put
For some
that.
goods received.
You could ask her to give you a worthy artifact if that's what you're interested in.
Yeah, it sounds like the object might be a better one for this.
Okay, that's cool. So, what do you think she would give you? Like some sort of, I mean, it's definitely going to be magical because that's what the Covenant of Angels are all about. They're like sorceresses. I mean, witches. If you want to use that kind of
language.
yeah, that's sort of insulting
Terminology.
term for them. Maybe not
Terminology.
insulting now, but I'm sure back then.
Fun fact: the French word for witch is sorcier.
Interesting.
Oh, cool.
Like I said, like that. Associated.
Well, these are some
I like that.
these are some magical men and women hanging out in the woods. So, what do you think they would give you?
Anything that would strengthen my connection to the moon
Ooh, okay.
would be a good one. That's my court symbol. So I feel like I'm even more effective at night, things like that. Or anything that might help with trickery and illusions.
Everybody look
Ooh.
at the moon.
All right, maybe they could give you like a magical mirror that kind of matches a full moon. I will let you create illusory images.
That's awesome.
All right, so you can call it Moon Mirror, or a name of your choice if you want to use a better one. I just Put that one up. Put that one
I'm
off the
just
dome.
gonna write that down now because that's just easy.
Yeah, moon mirror. It's alliterative, but there might be a better word for it. I don't know, Kat. What's French for mirror of the moon? Everything sounds cooler.
Miroir
than
de
that.
lumière.
Well, I don't know if that sounds cool. I'll let Dallas decide.
I think that's right.
And so let's move on from our moon mirrors to Nick, our new recurring character.
Hello.
So Nick, who are you playing?
I am playing the wolf Andrei Ionescu. He is a member of a long line of werewolves who have served the night and the vampires since really Transylvania. So he was originally born in Romania, but he was assigned to Lord Claggett when he was in Europe, and then once the good Lord Claggett was sent to the New World.
Or exiled, but this is the term.
Yes.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't call it that way, but
Yes.
he was definitely forced out.
Miroir de lune.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I think Lumiere's candle, actually.
Yes. So yeah, it's very.
All right, so I don't know if I want to do the rolling faction for you just yet, but let's do your character creation. There were some like deaths,
Yes.
I believe.
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about those. So who
So,
owes you and who do you owe?
First debt is someone is hiding me from someone or something powerful. I owe them a debt, and I was thinking, good wife Bessie Barlow.
Oh, okay. So how do you think? So what is the arrangement you have?
She's hiding me from someone or something very powerful. So I don't know that. I will leave that up to your discretion.
Okay. So that would make maybe. I mean, it could be kind of Cat and it could be the Hangman. They don't like werewolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, shape shifting is like it's what the devil. You gotta do a deal with the devil if you want to like.
Such
leave
a demon dragged my Solomon off into the woods.
Poor Solomon.
Yeah.
So
Whenever I meet one of those beasts, I kill it.
Every single time?
Every single time. That's why I have so much silver on me.
Good to know.
I'm sure that will turn out just great.
Oh yeah.
Do you owe? Is there any other debts
Yes,
mentioned
I
there?
have 2 more sets. Well, someone hired me for a job and I fucked it up. What I had written down, unless you have something better, was I was hired by Prince Henry
Oh, okay.
of the Wild faction.
Interesting. So kind of setting off from serving Lord Claggett to, and you attempted to serve Prince Henry. Sassamon is the name in the Wampanoag language. That makes sense.
Yep.
So you owe.
I owe him 2 debts.
Ooh, okay.
And then, last but not least, someone is living in my territory, benefiting from my protection. And obviously that would be Lord Claggett. And he
that's
owes me
fair.
a debt for that.
That makes sense. And it is kind of. I mean, that sort of follows you. Your role as his. Wait, wrong one. Follows your role as his sort of enforcer. All right.
So I don't know if you want to do...
Yeah, I don't know if I'll let you roll by the faction because we.
No, I was thinking more of talking about my territory. Like what's there.
Oh yeah. This is a special feature at the
Yes.
Wolf Pass.
So with my territory is sort of... I have an area that I have claimed as my territory. I've marked down is that people in my territory work hard to keep the streets safe. So it doesn't have there's less trouble there. And I also I've made a deal with someone or something to protect my territory when I'm not around. So I've got a guardian when I'm not around.
So is your territory the city of Salem, or is it going to be like the woods?
I would say the woods outside.
That makes. I mean, there's like urban wolves, of course, but you might be more of a nature wolf.
Yeah. Also two more after that, which is my territory owes fealty to someone more powerful than me, which I would probably be Claggett, or maybe someone else.
It might be the Renegade Brethren. They're the ones who kind of run the woods.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So they probably let you have a portion, like a grove or so. That is
So I have
yours.
obligations to the Brethren.
Yeah.
Which is probably how I got
hired on for the job.
Yeah, which you then messed up.
And then I also have offered protection within my territory to someone, and now their problems are mine.
This would probably be Claggett. So
I could see that. I mean, he's kind of he's living in like an inn that could be like near your area of the woods.
yeah, it's still semi in my territory.
He's kind of staying off to the side, which is where we're going to start today's
I
episode.
want to note that my world from last game had the exact same one.
It's like me and Marvin had the exact same. What was it, the Janices?
Yeah.
The jam.
And it was,
That was fucking-
it was
that was
entirely
awesome.
tied into the
Versailles.
House of Bourbon.
Yeah.
It was all like Louis the 16th. And
Yeah.
But you know, like that's so like this game is versatile enough that you can have those like identical twins, but they play differently, and they're still unique characters.
Well, I know that Roxanne isn't taking the less crime because she's doing Whitechapel, which really should be more crime.
Yeah. High crime.
That'll be
So
in our.
much crime.
Oh yeah, it's
All
just
the crime.
it's just all crime. Like there's just like. I saw this documentary called Oliver Twist. There's just like adorable pickpockets singing and picking pockets all over the
Or
place.
two.
Yeah, you have to pick a pocket or two. Oh, it's horrible. Just you can't go down the street without some adorable singing street urchins just picking you clean. Oh,
Or singing. Either
or
way,
singing at you.
it's
Yeah,
Just as bad.
terrible.
Sorry, you have a faction. I'm sure.
All right, let's move on to that'll be
Does
in
he
our
get to do an
next
opening
arc.
faction roll?
He's gonna do that next time.
Oh, okay.
Because I want him to like interact with them a little bit more before he gets to those moves. Yeah, like you guys did. Well, we'll get there. So, Patrick, let's meet your character.
Hello, I'm Patrick, and I'm playing Patrick Lynch, an Irishman living in kind of around Salem, Boston area. Recently hired on to do a job for Reverend Caleb Wright. And I think I'm going to do mortality because I have questions on why he was so eager to get his daughter out of there.
Interesting.
Especially
Okay.
that since that town is
The
in.
devil worshippers.
There's also that strange, mysterious object in the woods that I found, or what was shown to us.
Yeah.
And those
The
Mawkin
Mawkin
Men.
Men. Yes, the scarecrow.
I have a lot of
people.
questions like what's going on in Gethsemane? What's the interest there? What do they have plans for it?
Okay, but you're rolling mortality. So
Yes, I'm rolling mortality.
We'll see what you get.
So I'm thinking what's the Hangman's plan for Gethsemane and the Covenant of Angels?
Okay.
That's great. That's
nice.
that's a 12.
Very cool. Okay, so you get to mark. Every time you roll, you mark, even if you don't succeed, but you totally succeeded that time. So, someone immortality. It could be Reverend Wright. It could be Virtue Wright, his daughter. It could be Damnation would be thy lot, if not for Christ's mercy. Talbot, his kind of chief enforcer. And they could either give you some information, owe you a debt you can call on in the future, or give you an artifact like what Goodwife Barlow gave to Lars. Which would you prefer?
I think I want.
Artifact would probably be some like kind of nasty monster killing weapon.
Yeah, I think. What do I want?
Yeah, it's a tricky one. They're all
That's
pretty
a
good.
very tricky one. I already have a pistol. I think I'm cool with that. I think somewhere along the way I persuaded Damnation Talbot to lend me a silver knife. That's a silver kind of dagger that I just I've concealed on myself for this entire time until now.
All right, you can write down.
You
You
have
get like
no idea how much silver this lady carries.
you got like a silver.
Here's a lot.
You can write down silver hunting knife.
She has a bow with silver tipped arrows. She has a rifle with silver bullets.
Yeah, and I
And she
probably stupidly marked down that in my transformation I'm weak to silver.
Boy.
Awesome.
that's an area that our rules were different.
Yeah. I also sell a lot of silver, but I don't
Yeah.
It's a silver kind of game. So let's bring that silver game to a start. All of you are invited to an audience in the Merry Codfish. This is the inn that's kind of on the road to Salem. It is in your grove, Andre, and you are courteously invited by Lord Claggett himself. He's requesting your presence, of course.
We had a question because we took harm.
Oh, yes.
How does that
Has
recover?
it been a day, or is it still the same day?
It is a different day. It's probably like maybe even a day or two has passed. So yeah, you're injured. So I'll kind of ask you, and like, who do you go to get patched up, or what do you do? You may have to roll, but if it's like someone who, if you have like a friend or an ally who could heal you, or if you got some like magical salves or potions. So what do you guys think you would do, what your characters would do to heal yourselves?
Well, my character would probably go to the hangman to get medical service, which she's probably done in the past.
Okay.
So I think that would probably be a hit the streets.
I'd be okay with that one.
So I'm going to roll on mortality. Her mortality is +2, so that's a 10.
Okay. I'm going to say that works there.
Okay, so she has 1x in Grievous and 1x in Faint.
I'm going to say the Grievous is gone. They were able to piece that bit together. What was your faint harm?
Like gashes from the Mawkin Men.
Okay, you can switch that to stitches, I think.
Okay.
They stitch you up.
So I still have faint stitches.
Yeah, and they'll be like, just if nothing happens, they'll be gone next time. If you get
Gotcha.
injured, and then they'll open your stitches.
Yeah, it's like Blades in the Dark where everything gets reduced by 1, I take it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking there. Yeah.
Okay. Also, I leveled up.
Oh, cool. All right, you want to let us know what advancement you pick, or you want to kind of wait until the
why
right
don't you
opportunity?
go ahead and play out with Dallas?
All right,
first.
Dallas, how do you get yourself healed?
I wouldn't go to anybody. No way. I would go somewhere at night and either call upon Spirit of Wendigo or talk to anyone that I can, spirit-wise, basically. And
Okay.
I probably either have to take a debt for the heal, because that's how we do. Tradition and honor, and a bargain for that. So,
Well, let's see how well you roll. Let's have you roll with Wild and see if they listen to you. If the spirits will give you the healing. 6. Okay, so you have 2 levels, or what's your level?
I just had 1. I was at faint.
All right, I'm gonna say that's immune to healing. What was the injury?
I took harm to blast the one scarecrows.
Mawkin Men.
Mawkin Men. Sorry.
Yeah, they're scarecrows.
Yeah, I thought you described them that way. Yes, sorry. But anyway, when she was surrounded by 2, I have to take harm to deal my limit damage.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
So, I think you can erase it. Like, it's for faint, it's small enough that even, maybe the other one could have, like, made it completely go away and give you a bonus or something if you rolled really high with Wild. But,
Fair enough.
I think
yes.
yeah.
Roll a 6. So,
yeah,
that's
well,
fair.
that will take care of a small injury. Okay, so let's go ahead to the Merry Codfish.
By the way, my what I took for my advancement was a new hunter move, prepare for anything.
Ooh.
You have a well-stocked armory full of modern and ancient weapons. Take another custom weapon or add another add-on to each of your custom weapons. I am doing the additional add-on to each of my custom weapons. All of them are going to do a +1 harm.
Whoa, so they're like explosive arrows? There's silver exploding arrows or something?
Yeah, I
Or-
don't know.
I'll let you can never, I think, you kind of think of a cool, or like fiery arrows that are also silver.
I mean, all I know is that my rifle now is going to do 4 harm.
Brutal. All right. So with that new rifle perhaps slung across your back, we're going to start in the Merry Codfish Inn, where you arrive at Lord Claggett's behest. And it is midday, close to the evening. Lord Claggett, a vampire, this is not the best time for him. But it's a foggy day. He's got the curtains drawn. So he's doing all right. There's a little bit of lantern light in his room, but as you can tell, it's mostly dark. He is a tall, lean individual, very white, powdered white face, though definitely unnatural pallor as well. Fancy white wig, dark frock coat and cravat. He's drinking a cup of something red, probably not wine, as he beckons you in. And Andre, you are there with him.
Yep.
So, Lord Claggett says, "Thank you very much for agreeing to meet with me and accepting my invitation."
It's good to see you again, Lord Claggett.
Indeed, all of you, as he's noticing the ghost floating around. Yes.
Oh, you can see him. The rest of us
Question.
can't. Well, fuck.
Can I see him? Can I see Diego?
You're a werewolf, right?
Yeah, but I don't know if that means I can actually see.
Supernatural people can see me,
Yeah.
Okay.
so you should be able to.
Okay.
I think you could try and hide from him if you wanted to roll, but I think supernatural stuff can usually see each other.
Yeah.
Cool.
They can only manifest, not actually hide.
Everybody can see him except for me and Goody over here. This is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous.
Exactly, the normal people.
It's okay. As long as you can hear him, you'll be fine.
Hey, that's a problem. Sometimes I can't hear him. I know he's talking to you. You lie to him. It's completely ridiculous.
I'm actually going to be hiding the fact that I can see Diego.
Oh, okay, cool.
Everybody can see him.
Lord Clegg introduces you. This fellow is named Andre. He has worked for me in a number of capacities over the years.
Can I put a face to name for him?
Sure. Maybe you've met him before.
Maybe I've heard of his deeds before. Hopefully, would this be rolling with night?
Yes.
It's a 6.
May I also roll on him? with the night
Yes.
action?
One more.
Oh.
You can mark night. There's a fail. You don't know. You've not met or heard of this Andre character before.
And I guess the debt we have with each other is going to come in later. Like, we don't establish that until later.
Well,
Seven.
you know each other. Like you've interacted enough to make that debt. Yeah.
So I know
Since
you can see me.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could still
Well, he's concealing
pretend.
it from the rest of us, not from you.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a social snub, perhaps. But...
By the way, I did level up. with
Oh,
that,
cool.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
And Kat, that was your roll.
Yes, 7.
7?
Okay.
So I know their reputation, and you tell me what people know the most about them. But I've never dealt with him before.
All right. Well, maybe I'll ask Andre. What do you think is like the one thing that Goody Pruitt might have picked up?
At the very least, she knows that I work very closely with Lord Claggett.
I
Okay.
did successfully know about Lord Claggett before, so I'm not surprised to see him.
Yeah. So you know he's a member of like Ordo Sanguis, which is the vampire werewolf
So
organization.
take that information how you choose.
So
Yeah.
he's one kind of demon or another kind of demon, I claim.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're talking, too, also a demon.
Lord Claggett says, "Well, I suppose if that's the way you wish to."
Oh, sorry.
To put it.
Shouldn't say
we
it.
assume-
Yeah, you probably don't call him a demon to his face.
I didn't say demon to his face. I just was doing your accent.
My lord, why are we
Okay.
associating with this one?
They are useful, particularly here in my North American colonial sojourn in the
Backwater?
wilderness.
Backwater?
Yes, that is where I find myself today. A most wretched situation for all concerned. But
Well, if you find it so wretched, you can always hang out with the papists in Maryland.
he's like, would that I could, but the Ordo Sanguis sent me here for a purpose. Those blood-drinking fops, dandies, and ninnies back in London perhaps sent me here to roast away in the sun, but I shall grow strong in the shadows of the new world. That is why I have asked you here today. I have a job for you. There is another individual who comes from fair England and has recently landed in these benighted shores. A fellow called Sir Francis Flood. He was a member of an organization, a gentleman's group called the Inferno Club. He comes from a very wealthy family, purchased him a knighthood, and kept his name out of the Grub Street papers until they couldn't, and he fled here. He is a very high-ranking executive position in the East India Company, meaning that he certainly has the funds with which to conduct his occult and arcane dealings, and that's certainly what he did in the Hellfire Club, or the Inferno Club.
I hear he's got some fun.
Hellfire Club's a real thing, which is what I'm basing the Inferno Club
Not
on.
around anymore. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you're a member of the Hellfire Club, I apologize. Sorry, Sir Francis Dashwood.
It's a weird place. It's a weird story.
Oh yeah, they're weird stuff. But
Storyteller groups.
oh yeah, but hey, I mean I'm sure the current what was the Prime Minister who was doing the pig related activities a little while back. So I mean that stuff's still going on, I guess.
Rumored.
Yes,
Rumored.
allegedly. And there's certainly some all sorts of rumors about pig-related activities.
I think we can stop there.
Even more horrible stuff going on in the Inferno Club that you may or may not have heard about.
So basically, you want us to look into this Inferno Club for you?
Well, Sir Francis Flood in particular, I worry he may be creating a branch of it here. It may seem odd, but, well, you would be surprised what Puritans can get up to.
Well, I thank you very much for the information, sir. And she stands up and shoots him with her bow.
Whoa! Does anyone do anything to stop this?
No, I'm going to
Yeah, I
laugh.
am. I'm going to at least try and stop it.
Right. Okay. Why don't you roll? So you're gonna roll. Get in the way.
I don't suppose there's a way to get in the way of someone getting
You
in
can't
the
get
way.
in the way of somebody getting in the way.
Can
Yeah.
you?
Yeah. Lend a hand or get in the way.
Yeah.
Nothing in the rule
Lend a hand
says
or
you
get in the way.
can't.
Yeah. Roll with their faction. Okay.
Okay.
Fuck.
So you got to roll with mortality. How'd you do there?
6.
Okay. You get to mark it at least.
No,
So you do not stop her. All right.
Do you want to assist me instead of getting in the way? Him?
Yeah, sure. I'll just point it. I'm going to manifest with corruption, so only you can hear me. So I'll mark 1 point. That whisper in the air, a little to the left.
Ooh, I was gonna ask how exactly your voice is helping, but giving aiming advice is cool.
Yeah.
All right. Give me. So, Kat, let's have you do
Blood.
the unleash an attack
Oh.
on not Sir Francis, on Lord Claggett.
So,
Oh, I
yeah.
forgot to do comes to the territory. Shit.
Oh, they got because you're in your territory.
Yeah, well, it comes to the territory as a start of session thing.
So
for the
lend
wolves. I
a
forgot to do that.
hand.
All right, next time.
I'm finding out about the lend the hand.
So
Oh,
lend a
yeah.
hand.
I'm at 9 right
Roll
now.
with your faction, so
That's my
Roll with mortality.
with mortality.
Yes. That gives you her a +1. if
That's straight 6.
okay, does not do it.
Okay,
Doesn't subtract at least. You got a 9?
I got a 9.
Okay. So, you get to pick one of them. He's either going to take harm from you or you put yourself in a bad spot. Which is
Oh, he's
usually
taking harm from me.
And then he's going to take harm on you? Because
Huh?
for 7 and 9, you got to pick.
Yeah, he'll probably also hurt me. What's the other option?
You find yourself in a bad spot. Which is...
I mean,
he'll-
I feel like I'm going to find myself in a bad spot, so sure, let's do that one.
Alright, okay, so, well, we'll you describe your injury you deal to him
Okay,
first.
so she has her.
I gotta make a little wheel for Lord Claggett, apparently.
So she has her blessed bow out,
Uh-huh.
which shoots. She has silvered ammunition. It does 3 harm in and of itself, and then she does an additional 1 harm.
Does
from
4?
her deadly. Yes, that he's taken 4 harm. That is blessed ammunition. It's blessed.
2. Okay. So, he takes that, you said it was a rifle?
That is her
Bow.
bow.
Oh, her bow, okay.
Her bow is
Yeah.
the one that shoots blessed, and she's pretty sure blessed is what she needs to use on this.
Where in his body do you think this arrow goes?
Oh, right towards the heart.
Okay. I was thinking it'd be funny how like an arrow sticking out of his head
No.
style. But nope, it goes into his belly. He looks over at you, hisses some angry vampire, and then he throws you out the window.
Okay.
So the bad spot is you're going to be out of the room, away from him, through glass, and onto the ground.
Okay.
It's only a 2-story inn. They didn't make buildings that far, but you're
It
out
still
right
hurts.
there.
Still hurts.
Yeah,
I
still
ended-
hurts. In fact, why don't you roll
at this
a...
point she was on the hunt because she's hunting him.
Mm-hmm.
I will roll my keep my cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That'll decide if you like land on your feet, or land in a bad or good way. What you do with
That is a 10.
Well, nice. Okay, so how do you not die? I mean, it's not a particularly fatal
She
throw. You're trying to
blocks
say the story.
herself easily enough because she wears a lot of clothes being a Puritan. So they don't even make a dent in all the burlap she's wearing.
Burlap
cool.
armor.
And she lands on the ground, does a roll, and is like right back up with the bow and arrow again.
Yeah, it's like snowy too, so that's probably okay. So you're fine.
I'm actually going to follow her out the window and try and pin her down.
Okay, let's have you roll Unleash an attack on her. Anyone do anything to lend a hand or get in the way or ask him to stop? Lord Claudius to you, by the way. Diego.
All right.
How'd you do with the roll there?
8.
I want to note, though, that on his turn, what
Okay.
he did was try to mess with me, so this is technically going into the next turn.
Okay. Well, we'll come around to you. Let's have
Okay. Yeah.
Andre finish. So, with an 8, you get to pick one from the lower list. You're going to do some damage to her.
Yeah.
She can either harm you or you're going to put yourself in a bad spot, which I'll say you put yourself like she's going to be, you're going to be in her sights.
Well, I figured since I'm trying to pin her down that I would be in her sights. So, I'm not trying to hurt her yet.
You can also
Okay.
take something from her.
Can I take something? No,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think
Unleash an attack? Is that what you're
Okay.
doing?
On a hit, you inflict harm as established and choose. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna actually take the bow from her.
Oh, I forgot that I can inflict
Oh,
terrible...
yes. Do you want to do terrible harm on him?
On my Unleash attack, I should have done terrible harm. I forgot that I get to
Right.
pick.
Okay. He's pinned to the wall with that arrow. Alright, so as he's pinned to the wall, first, sorry, Andre.
So yeah, I'm taking
You're taking the bow?
taking the bow from her, and I'm gonna have to actually work with her. So I'm not gonna harm her. So I'm gonna put myself in a bad spot.
Alright, you rip the bow away. The bad spot is that Cat probably or Goody Pruitt probably has another weapon
Or two.
that she
or
draws,
three, or
or 2 or 3 that she draws names to you. Dallas, one second. I'll get you right next. Lord Claggett says to Diego, he's like, if you want to know what really happened to your ship, if you want to see them safe, serve me in some manner. We can strike a bargain, you and I, and the sanguine tide can perhaps sail again.
Oh, so you did have something to do with them. Well, you said that, of course. You just didn't intend what exactly. No, I am not going to serve you, Lord Claggett. Instead, I'm going to question your honor as a lord. I'm going to cash in a debt with him, since he owes me one debt.
Okay.
I don't know if it was you who did it, but you have a hand in the deaths of a dozen men, women, and children. Because we did employ children on our ship.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I mean, one of them made it. Poor
One of
Felix.
them.
Yeah.
I want to know what you had in that steel. What did you do that involved the Crimson Tide that led to all of our deaths?
Okay.
You answer me that. Or how dare you call yourself a lord anything?
All right.
So it's like, answer a question honestly.
Okay. He's like, I'll tell you everything if I am alive to tell you. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna.
Take the deal, Diego. Take the deal.
I'll take the deal, right? And I'll pull the arrow out of his belly.
Thank you. He just kind of flops off the wall. Lars.
I'd like to use this as an intimacy move moment between the two of them, but not like I just might have thought, or you might have thought, by the way I said that. Basically, I'd like to impart my mirror so that they basically are seeing each other as they are, themselves, as about to shoot each other, so that they reflect on that. And I'd like to use that to tap into their emotions to try to get them to stop.
Ooh, interesting. All right, let me have.
Basically, using that mirror so that you guys only see yourselves as you're.
Okay.
So
Let's
are you trying
have.
to get to stop fighting me and him? Or... Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that intimacy move.
Basically, when I share a moment of intimacy, I'm trying to say, like, this is our possible group that we need to move forward on. Our mission, I can't be with two wild people, even though I'm in the wild faction.
Then they're not.
What? I see what you're going for there. So for the intimacy move, you need to roll it, or is that?
I mean, this could be like a glamour where I use that illusion of themselves to like reflect on themselves, kind of in a way.
Okay,
Or
that works. I mean, I could see let it out being also something you could roll.
let it out.
I'll kind of let you decide. What do you think? Would you like to roll for that?
I don't really know, but let it out sounds fun.
Yeah, let it out could be that. So that's roll with spirits.
All right. 10.
Nice. Okay. So you are going to, I'm going to say, impress your opposition. Sounds like the one that you would go for. You are going to mark corruption, unfortunately.
That's great.
It's going to...
My character thrives on corruption.
Cool. But now, both you guys, Pruitt and Andre, you're like seeing each other in a whole new way.
A whole new way.
Yeah.
So, my demand is like, you guys gotta quit it while we're on, missions.
Okay.
I was going to work with you, but you had to go and attempt to kill my lord.
He admitted to being a blood-drinking devil. I had to kill him. That's what God requires. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, we forgive those who trespass against us.
I hate the hangman.
This is why.
So, are you guys gonna quit and move forward together as a group, or are you denying this?
If she does not attempt to kill my lord again, I will work with him, with her.
Cool.
My apologies.
What do you think, Pruitt?
Well, I will not fight against this man if he gives me my bow back. However, I will try to kill your lord.
Lord Claggett says, he's calling up from his window there.
I will help them up.
What's that?
I'll help them up the more he was slumped against the wall.
Okay. He appreciates that. I mean, his strength's already kind of coming back.
Yeah.
Him being a very, very old,
Yes.
very powerful vampire. So he's calling down like, my dear righteous Puritan good wife, before you set yourself against me, I would suggest you seek out Sir Francis Flood and see what he's doing here, and see how devoted to God your fellow Puritans are.
I plan to kill him too, and she shoots at him with a rifle.
I'm gonna get in your...
Yeah, I'm gonna get in the way as well on this.
Alright, let's have you guys roll that.
I'm just gonna use won't be ignored. I got a 10 plus without rolling. So, mine's 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I also get in the way of this? By physically grabbing Lord Claggett and throwing him to the ground?
Is that...
I think it's okay.
Can I or no?
Yeah, I'll let you roll it. So roll more talent.
It's a 8.
Okay. Are you gonna? So you'll pull him out of the way, but you might get a graze from that
That's
as well.
fine by me.
Cat, why don't you roll unleash an attack
And I'll just appear in front
Okay.
of
Oh, yeah, so it's -2 for me.
with a -4?
Good Pruitt. Stop it now. We need him.
Okay, so with a -4, that is... I'm sorry, I'm having such a
A
hard time
9.
doing the math.
Yeah.
That's still a 9.
Yeah.
Usually we're not taking away stuff. Okay.
So she's inflicting terrible harm,
Boy.
and she's doing an additional harm, and she's doing 4 more harm on top of that. So that's 5 harm, and then additional harm.
Okay. He's gonna flee the scene at this point.
I did also expose myself to danger or something.
Yeah, you catch some of that. Well, what are you shooting at him with?
Oh, she shot at
Rifle.
with her rifle.
Her rifle.
Her musket.
All right. Let's have you take not Grievous. The faint harm of
Graze.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bullet grazes you. Lord Claggett, he's done with this. He turns into a bat, and out the window he goes, zooming away into the twilight.
I needed him, Goody.
Well, he seems to still be alive, so if you need him before I kill him, then you can talk to him.
I was
I would
ready
not
to...
worry about him. I would worry about yourself.
Are you threatening me, sir?
No shit.
Well, then, it seems we're enemies, and she takes out her silver axe.
I draw my flintlock pistol and charge it.
Wow,
That's take out.
it's
Good
good
at birds.
reservoir dogs.
Good at Pruitt, this is not the time and place for this.
agree. You guys break your promises, you owe me 2 deaths each.
Yeah, if you want to fight each other
You
still.
break your promises, you owe me
Yeah,
2
you're
deaths
going to owe him
each.
some deaths.
Well,
Okay.
so
And if you
survives.
and if you want to ignore those, it will hurt your characters pretty badly.
I've made a promise to this man to not fight you. I do not intend to disrespect my promise to this man.
My promise was that you wouldn't hurt Claggett.
But that was a promise you made, not a promise I made.
At this point, in the middle of this standoff, Lars.
Oh, I'm enjoying it, really?
Yeah, you're sitting down
I
watching
have the
it.
possibility of collecting more deaths.
Lars, I should have asked you earlier. What is the name of your antique store?
Oh man, that you. Lend a hand.
Yes.
And,
Come on down to
I don't
lend
know.
a
Just keep in
hand.
mind for right now.
Talk to the man that lend a hand. You got a little jingle, maybe?
Because really, it's not an antique store. So.
I mean, this is before they had radio,
Oh,
but I'm sure that
poncho.
was the...
It's not a poncho. It's
Can
not
I
that,
ask,
it's not that
are
low
there
class.
people on this street?
Probably.
No, the inn is very isolated.
okay.
Like this, I mean, he set himself up. He's not hanging out in the middle of Salem. He's not that numb. Probably why he escaped. Yeah, it's kind of it's just like a road sign in.
And he's probably not going to show his face again unless we get that job done.
Yeah, finding and maybe stopping Sir Francis Flood. So, Lars, your shop has maybe an apprentice or a journeyman, someone who mans the counter while you're away.
That sounds like a good idea, yeah.
Yeah,
My manager.
Manager. Who do you think this individual is? We can name him or
Someone who actually knows how to count funds.
yeah, it could be
And
someone.
deals well with books. Do you have anyone intelligent in mind on your roles? Or would
Like we could name him. It could be a her as well.
yes. Actually that would be even better.
Okay.
We could almost pose as though we were a couple owning the store anyway.
Sure, you could choose a local, like a Puritan, and you kind of come with you from one of the bigger cities or from Europe somewhere? From the old world, or...
Someone's got connections, yes. Someone who gives me names and helps out with that. Yeah, so who's intelligent, good with. Yeah.
Okay, is she
People.
local to Salem?
That sounds great. That's how I would able to, I would say, fit in easily and nicely.
Okay.
Enjoy this flashback in the middle of the combat.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
the
it's
combat...
actually good.
Yeah, it's
The state.
paused. Well, this young woman, I'm gonna say I'm trying to think good Puritan name,
Do you have any off the bat?
good female virtue here.
Hester.
Yes, that's perfect. Yeah.
Great name.
Yeah. Some Scarlet Letter stuff. So Goody Hester comes dashing down this kind of snowy road to the Mary Codfish. Rushes over into the middle of this battle, stops in confusion, and then is like, is Lars within? To you two?
He is.
You can see her through the window, too.
Yeah, because I'm looking down, I guess, right?
Yeah. She's like, oh, Master Lars!
Good evening, Hester. What are you doing away from the shop?
There is a guest at the shop who wishes to speak with you, and it seems important enough that I have to come and bring you hence. It is the Indian, the Prince.
Prince Henry.
Yes.
So
Right.
Good old Prince Henry.
Let's not keep
Sassamon.
Sassamon. Yes.
Thank you. Let's not keep Sassamon waiting. Besides, although this was just interesting a moment ago, I believe and hope we can move forward.
I seriously doubt that. As before we leave, I want to quickly take a look around
Yes,
Lord
fine.
Claggett's office, and I'm trying to investigate a place of power to see if there's anything of note in here.
Okay.
And I have something to say after.
All right. Let's have your investigation, then we'll see
It's a
what
9.
Pruitt. Okay. For 9,
Okay,
find
anything.
investigate power here.
I see below the surface to the reality underneath of Lord Claggett's abode.
Okay. You find something interesting. Perhaps not so much to you, but to another of your party. You find a spyglass that is from the Sanguine Tide. Like it's got kind of Diego. would you say the sandwich has like some kind of insignia or symbol? If they would maybe get a special custom spyglass made with that on it?
We were on the Atlantic for a while. I'd say, yeah, Captain always wanted to spend some money. Hey,
Yeah.
spruce up the old girl.
Put it in my pocket.
Did
So,
I
like-
see that by any chance? Spyglass.
You can.
I didn't make any fun. I picked it up, looked at it, and put it away. I don't know.
It's still in the room with
You probably managed to spot it. I don't like a lot of those pirates had like custom flags. They were
Yeah.
so
I
with
can
like
be
a
heard.
hanged man or a skull, crossbones or
So I'm
whatnot.
going to say to Patrick, I know what you have there, Patrick.
Good, but you don't have any pockets, do you?
Ooh, no pockets
Yeah,
for
look,
a ghost.
honestly, I could care less about it. It's important to you, and I'll hold on to it until we can put it somewhere and deal with it properly. Look, you can trust me. I'm sober now. After I get some in, I realize that I probably shouldn't be on the drink so much when I have take shots at things. So yeah,
Funny thing is, you're the guy that I don't trust.
I know.
Ooh.
But however,
Look,
yeah,
is there anything I can do to make you trust me? I've laid out the drink. I will show it to you. Here it is. I'll put it away and hold on to it. And I won't lose it unless I die.
So while you're examining that spyglass, what does Goody Pruitt say? Maybe to Andre?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's talk. Listen to me. Your master isn't here anymore. And your master wants this Sir Francis Flood dead, which happens to align with my
I've
interests
never
as well.
technically said it, but I would gladly do it.
So, the fact of the matter is, I'm not going to fight you. I made that promise to the gentleman up there. Your master's already fled, and your master wants this other fellow dead. Now, the way that I see it, I'm almost like the person to be able to kill this fellow. So, why don't you hand me my bow back, and we'll let this whole thing pass. You and your master can come kill me later.
It wasn't killed necessarily, Pruitt. It was
Investigate.
investigate, maybe capture.
Maybe kill.
He wants them alive.
We can talk to the dead, right?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, she's loading.
Yeah. And considering the way things are going, he might just come back as a ghost.
Yeah.
All right.
Alright. I'd say we go, we do this job. I won't forget that spyglass in your pocket,
I
mate.
won't forget it either.
You two don't kill each other. Remind them not to kill each other, and we can all
please
get on
remind
with
them.
our
I don't-
lives.
Wait. I know he's Faye, right?
Do you? I mean, Lars looks human from
I don't know he's fair.
apparent. Yeah, from first look.
I think I'm the one who knows he's fake.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, you would.
Because I would love to drink dirt on you. That's how I knew you were dead.
roll to see if I can.
Why don't you roll figure someone out? So like plus mine.
Plus 9?
Yeah.
A straight
Very
roll.
beneficial.
It's an 8.
Nice.
Okay. I will say with that one, you don't totally know he's like he's Fae, but you know there's something supernatural about him. You know he's not human, even though he
Alright.
appears to be.
This said deal may have consequences, so you can have your bow and your life for now.
Yay, friendship!
Yay, friendship.
Hooray.
I was gonna make a joke, but I decided against it.
Last thing I need is 2 more ghosts around here.
And with that talk, with a friendship for the ages between werewolf and monster hunter struck, let's go
Once
ahead.
again, she doesn't know he's a werewolf.
Not yet.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead to lend a hand.
Sorry,
Hester-
at the I drink blood and other people I know drink blood, it's like, oh, I've got to kill him.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah,
choice.
that's my policy in real life too.
Question: for interaction, trying to get him to trust me, can I call that an intimacy move between us? We're trying to like, hey, I'm your friend here. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
can
an
see
asshole.
that. Yeah, you're opening up to him.
Alright.
Thank you.
I'm getting sober to deal with this. I'm taking this seriously.
Yeah, that was a tense situation all around. We got through it though.
My level up, by the way, is I took expert marksman. So me becoming sober means I actually can fire
see,
properly.
Oh, nice, cool.
It's not like there's anything you can really do to me. So.
Yeah. Except for the silver hunting knife.
Yeah,
You
we'll
probably
see.
hurt a ghost.
I've
You
got
bust him at least.
I've got blessed arrows. I can.
Yeah, I mean ghosts can be messed up. let's hopefully not.
Let's not go that direction. Let's not
Let's
go that
not let
direction.
that happen.
We have a truce,
We have
right?
it. We have
This game
it.
ended up
Yeah.
murdering each other.
So in
You saved my life, so I've said I will not
make
try
it
to destroy it.
so Lars, what is Lend a Hand like? Like, what is this? Is it like a super cluttered, crazy kind of store where there's all these gewgaws and tchotchkes scattered all about, or is it a more
Yeah,
neatly arranged?
it's definitely nicer as the front, and then it gets, worse or dingier, dingier as it goes backwards. Because I want to let people know that we look for the nicer things, but we do eventually take whatever. Because I do actually lend a hand. That's my goal. I take what you got for a change of a debt.
So it's business in the front,
We'll find
party in the
things for
back.
you. Yeah.
Yes.
So we've all been taken to your shop.
I
Question.
think that's what's happening, right? Because we're
Yes,
all going there.
Hester
to
escorts you there to meet with
Prince Henry.
Sassamon.
Excuse me, did we take back Virtue right by chance? Is she paddled along with us still?
That's right.
We took
he's
her
returned
back.
to
You took
her
her back?
father.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
She
Change
made
that
a
was-
choice to go back.
Yeah, I know it was 2 weeks ago, so you had the one
Yeah.
shot. But yeah, that one ended by you got her back from the Covenant of Angels. So, Pruitt, yeah.
I got an 8, provided that's the faction of Wild.
yeah, I would say that's wild because that's Lars's faction. So you get to mark that one, and for
Okay.
investigate a place of power for an 8. Forgot how to read. Here it is. Okay.
Reading's hard.
Yes. So you can
Reading's
see.
fundamental, kids.
So you can see the reality underneath, which is that, again, some of these objects have some like magic about them. Not quite in the up and up.
I note that in my brain meets. In my future maybe kill list.
Yeah,
Maybe kill.
maybe
Throw
Lars is like just pencil the
Yeah,
name
throw
in
them
there, perhaps.
maybe kill list. Which most people are on.
But someone who
Believe
you
it.
might not want to put on there, because he is a Christian, is Prince Henry. So he is like he's a tall fellow. He has his hair is cut short in like the European fashion. He is wearing sort of a kind of a mix of like Wampanoag and Western attire. And there is sort of a sadness about his eyes. You can tell he's like hiding something. He's worried about something.
So, Prince, what do you grace my shop with again?
He's like, Grace, that is... Wait, this is the Claggett voice for him. Grace, it's funny you should mention that word. There are rumors about, regarding your kind, Master Lars, that Queen Grace herself will grace Salem with her presence.
Is that so?
Yes, and if Queen Grace is coming, the Queen of the Sea, well, it could be trouble for everybody here. I want to make sure that I can count on you if the time comes.
Do I know who Queen Grace is?
Maybe you could put a face to a name.
Is it Wild?
Yeah. Yes, Wild.
Ooh, boy, that's a -1 for me.
Actually, that's
Well,
6.
Okay, 2 people can do this, otherwise everyone can do
I'm
it.
not even going to try because
Yeah.
I'm already pushing my luck with knowledge about Wild.
Okay, so you got a 6.
I have history.
Nope.
with them.
You do get to mark.
Yep.
Oh wait, sorry. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
-1.
So I mean, you don't. It's some weird like foreign thing. You don't know.
Can I ask?
I know.
You do get to mark Wild though.
I know about as much as she does. So
Okay. You also get to
I
mark
also got
Wild.
6.
Can I ask a question? I was caught
That's the-
flat-footed at the beginning. Is this the consequence of it?
I would say not quite.
Okay.
The consequence is that
I've heard many things about.
I'll tell you that. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay.
But it's going to involve Prince Henry.
Okay.
All right. So he says, "So Lars, can I count on you to stand with the brethren, your friends as well? Because if Queen Grace, her temper is like the sea itself.
Do it.
Well, you know,
Actually,
Prince.
The brethren are cool guys.
Yes, I was to say, you know, Prince.
Except for Hungry Jacques, who's kind of
yeah, kind
a
of a monster.
dimwit. He's a dimwit.
Well,
Fighting over
Jack
a creek. Of all
Jacques
things.
is Jacques. He got his He's got his deals.
It's Jacques.
Jacques, yeah. Sorry. You can call him Jacques, yeah. I mean, French.
I'm not from here.
Look, French isn't even a real language, alright?
Not in America.
I'm kidding.
Technically speaking, I should call him Jacques.
Yeah.
Because they're still in that, like, English phase of, like, I don't acknowledge the way you say things.
Sure. Maybe
Like
Diego's.
we still do.
Maybe that's Diego's.
Like they still do.
like we
but,
still do.
But that's what they were like in Puritan times also.
So Lars, what do you say to Sassamon's request there?
Yes, and as an honor as always.
He's like, well, in return, perhaps I could give you some assistance. I understand there was a little bit of to-do around the Merry Codfish.
That was fun, wasn't it? Great day.
Word
We
travels
all
fast,
nearly
I see.
killed each other.
We were right by his woods, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if there's anything that I can do to assist you
No, I know.
to make this place safer,
I grabbed him by both of his hands.
Yeah.
I'm very, very serious about fighting the devil in all of his forms. Today it took the shape of a noble man that drinks the blood of others. This man is now my sworn enemy. I must track him down and destroy him for the Lord God above.
Okay, he's like, I follow the same God that you do. And one of the reasons that I do is because there is a merciful side to him when it comes to individuals who may be made monsters against their own will.
Do you believe this man is the agent of the devil against his own will? The fire of the stake can burn that clean.
Yeah, but also the rest of his body.
Yeah.
The body does not matter. It's only the soul. This is why I'm not scared of threats.
Yeah, but like the
like that.
hunts, yeah.
So, did we get knowledge of where Sir Francis Floyd was? Did Claggett tell us that?
He did
Not
not.
really. Everything kind of popped up before we could ask questions.
Yeah, he did not. Sassamon might be able to tell you that.
That was
Yeah.
going to be my question. So, we're Sassamon. Yeah, we're looking for Sir Francis Flood. I haven't seen him in quite some time. He owes me quite some debts, actually.
Who?
Sir Francis Flood.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? Sir Francis Flood, the OG?
He says,
Yeah, he messed up stealing a relic from me.
I will tell you, but if you promise to stand with the brethren when Queen Grace arrives. Is that a promise? Is that a deal we have? A bargain that we will strike?
I will do that. We are in need of your assistance, and if you could help us find this,
Okay.
find Sir Francis Flood.
All right, you owe Sassamon a debt.
Then I myself will make that honor.
Okay.
In turn, would hope that.
I will make sure he upkeeps it.
I'm gonna mark a corruption to also make a deal to deal with this and help out, ignoring my responsibilities to mortals. It's kind of
Okay.
like, yeah, as a human, I shouldn't be doing this. I should be running the hell away.
My Lars.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm jumping in full steam to this.
He says, in the woods that the brethren occupy, there is an old church, once built, forgotten when the town moved, known simply as the Forsaken Church. At night, especially on nights with a full moon, such as tonight, it is said that individuals gather in masks and perform black Sabbaths and strange rituals. It is said the devil himself walks among them. I think Sir Francis Flood might be found there.
The church in the woods. I might have
That
actually.
sounds sinister.
I might have actually.
Yes, the
been-
Forsaken Church is the location.
I heard
I
some things.
That sounds even more sinister.
Can I roll to see if I know where that Forsaken Church is? I'm guessing that's power.
Yeah, but let's have Diego. I think you wanted to ask Sassamon something.
Yeah. If it's in our woods, I assume that I might have actually seen the church. Never go in there before, though. No. Whatever they doing, no.
So, are you gonna roll?
I was gonna try hit the streets.
Yeah,
See
that
if he
makes
can
sense.
remind me of the location.
Okay, so roll wild. for Sassamon. And then we'll have Goody Pruitt's roll.
Yeah. Mine is just for knowledge of having seen the church and knowing that it's unholy.
Okay.
Because I go out in the woods a lot to hunt demons.
So you probably seen it too. We can
Yeah.
help each other.
Is it a power thing out in the woods, or is it a roll
Well, he's rolling for
for Sassamon?
Sassamon, yeah.
So I got a 9. I got +2 wild.
Okay. So I'm gonna say you get to pick one there, which is that he'll tell you about it, but it's gonna be a little costly. Which is that he's gonna burden you with an issue of his own.
Well,
Because he's also kind of hiding. There's a monster in him as well.
I already owe the Brethren 2 debts. What's one more?
Okay. You've done the 3 debts. He's like... so I'll say in the past, like, when you were floating around through the woods with the Brethren, maybe watching over young Felix, you did see this ruined church. So you definitely know the way to it. You kind of know the layout. And you know that every so often there's, like, weird lights and music and some sort of nasty satanic rituals going on in there, in that hallowed ground. And in return, I'm going to burden you with some knowledge about Sassamon. There is... He's struggling with it, but he is he's possessed by or has a relationship with, I guess, like...
Host. Maybe?
Yeah, hosts is the word I'm looking for. So maybe tainted would be what his class would be. With a spirit called the Manitou, which is a Algonquin kind of evil spirit. Though there's good Manitous too, but he's got the bad one in him.
Yep.
So he's struggling with that. Okay.
So does Lafayette.
Yeah, the same type that Lafayette had. Screw it.
So this is just like whether or not she's ever stumbled upon this place before in her travels around.
Okay.
So I don't know if that is technically a hit the streets or can you put a face to a name about a place?
Is that a place? You know, I think it makes sense. That's okay.
Okay. And I'm guessing that's a power faction.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, mark power.
All right. So I'm gonna say I'm trying to think what makes the most sense for you. Maybe you haven't like.
Well, I can learn something interesting and useful about it.
Oh, I'll know this. Okay, I'll tell you this. You actually know someone who has... Maybe you've seen him lurking in the woods, heading to the Forsaken Church. You've witnessed it from a distance, and you're kind of like, no, it couldn't be him, but deep down you know. This is a man named Isaac Lowe, like Lowe, or, Goodman Lowe. And he was, I guess... your husband's super dead. He was a friend of your husband, sort of a friend of the family.
Solomon's so very dead.
Yeah. He's like, he owns the farm, so he's kind of like a neighbor. Owns the farm like 5 miles from you.
So yeah, neighbor.
He's practically on top of me then.
Exactly.
So I noticed Goodman Lowe.
Goodman Lowe.
Yes. And you're like, no, Lowe's a good week. He says his prayers, he is saved, but...
He's a witch.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I know a person to look for, so I shall look for this man, which I guess is mortality.
Okay. So, I think maybe we might be cutting
Yeah,
ahead
I feel
towards
like
the
I'm cutting
Forsaken
ahead too
Church.
much,
Yeah.
so-
Is there anything else you guys want to talk to Sassamon about Queen Grace, or...
Yeah, who is this Queen Grace?
He's like, Lars would know her, and perhaps even your ghostly friend, who seems to be of a nautical disposition.
Can everybody see the damn ghost except for us? Except for me. Really, me.
I won't
Concentrate.
see him unless he reveals himself to me.
I'll be heard and seen. Manifest. I'll spend a moment to concentrate.
I was like, I'll happen to pull up the spyglass to see if I can see through it. I'm like,
I make a grab for
sorry,
it,
sorry.
and my hand passes right through it.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm still holding on to it. It's still okay. It's still safe.
Sorry. Keep trying. I'm good. Keep my composure. I'm good.
Sassamon
Who
says,
is this Queen Grace?
well, it is said that Queen Grace, she looks out for all of the all those who sail under the Jolly Roger.
Oh.
So perhaps the souls of your crew might be safe with her.
The regular queen of the pirates, she was.
So she's that kind of overseer then. She's the queen of ghosts of pirates.
Something like that, yeah.
I pull my silver hunt and like, I hope this works. Just put it away.
Yeah, there's a reason I don't trust you right now, mate.
It's a hunting knife. It's a very nice one. It's a hunting knife.
Just a hunting knife. Andre.
No, it's just I was looking at the knife and I'm like, that's totally fucking silver.
Absolutely silver. It's okay. What's silver gonna do to a ghost?
You got a lot of people to worry about there.
You know, I honestly don't know, mate.
Like, I mean, Goody Pruitt has a silver axe.
I know.
Silver bullets. She has a grill.
Silver can't be possessed.
All right, you guys have about an hour before this black mass is occurring at the Forsaken Church. What are you guys? You guys gonna do anything or just stake it out? Or?
I feel like I'm gonna track down Isaac.
Yeah.
So, you said
Or
this
seek
was-
out, yeah, Isaac Lowe. Mm-hmm.
This is the night of full moon, you said, right?
Yeah.
Good to know.
And then I'm gonna actually use my one of my aware moves, Snoop. So I'm gonna go and kind of stake it out and see, kind of just check my best. What's going on in this place? What's the best way in, best way out? Kind of scoping the place out for us to make a move against it.
All right, let's see you roll. This
That's
is like
the way.
That's great. That's a 9.
oh, cool. I was like, looks really low, but I see I don't.
I have a +2. Mine is my bag.
Okay, so what are the results for that one?
So I only get 1, unfortunately.
No way to lend a hand, maybe. Push that to a 10.
Are you asking your ghost friend to help you out there?
Yeah,
with the
sure.
recon?
I do
Okay.
know the way.
So why don't you roll mortality?
And that's just a straight roll.
How many
9.
there? Oh, cool.
Brings up to a 10.
Okay, it is going to cost you. I'm going to say that you're going to take faint harm. I mean, like, remember, say your spirit is exerted.
Or
You,
just getting near this place.
Yeah, actually, that makes more sense. Floating around this church, it's unholy, and it definitely messes with your composition. Yeah, bad for the soul.
So that means I get 3 questions now. Thank
Okay.
you for that. My first question: What is our best way in?
All right.
Try not to be seen.
Okay, I'm gonna say. I mean, the church is in ruins. Like, there's no roof. But actually, it's kind of overgrown by the trees as well. And these are like big. You know, it's kind of the dead of winter, but so they're like dead trees, but they're pretty close together. So you could even like climb up and go on these branches and go over the top and look right down at the proceedings within.
Okay.
I think you're really making the faint harm.
What is the greatest danger to me and by extension to the group here?
All right. Well, I'm gonna say you're doing the snooping, maybe like right as everyone's starting to take place to gather. You can see there are some like, or I'm gonna say there's actually 2 Mawkin Men, 2 of those scarecrows that are standing guard. They are so far the main danger.
Okay. And then
Right down there too. Our Mawkin Men buddies here.
the question is who or
Pumpkin
what?
and turnip.
Nice. My question is who or what here is not what they seem.
Ooh, okay. There is. I'm gonna say actually, Sir Francis Flood is not what he seems.
Oh.
He's starting to arrive, kind of with some of the other members of this coven.
Anything particular about him that kind of gives me weird vibes?
There is definitely, you get the idea. They're going to start like the ritual going in a second. We'll kind of cut to that after everyone else has done their preparation. But you get the idea that it's more of a transactional thing for him than like actual my soul for Satan kind of stuff.
Okay. Interesting.
And we'll describe what exactly is going on once preparations are taken care of for everybody else. So
Okay. I got a plan.
So I'm going to say like you and our ghost pirate Diego are like perched up in the branches overlooking this.
Cool. Hey, Diego, when you get a chance, go find Goody Pruitt.
Alright. Let's see what I can do.
All right, Pruitt. I think you said you had a plan.
This place.
Yeah, I was doing a hit the streets to find Isaac.
Okay, let's have you roll there.
Okay, I'm guessing his faction's still mortality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's not a great roll, but I have a 2 in mortality. So that is a 7.
Okay.
On the other hand, that means I've also leveled up again.
Nice.
Whoa.
I'm taking another new hunter move. Do you feel lucky? When you persuade an NPC while wielding a 2 harm or greater weapon, roll with blood instead of heart.
Nice. Okay.
Because she's a horrible, horrible person.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, you may get a chance to do that on him right now because he is.
Yeah, I think on a 7 to 9, there's some business.
Yeah, there's some issues, which is like he's his own problems or more costly.
Yeah, juggling their own problems.
And more costly is like he will feign ignorance.
Yeah.
He's like, "What's the Forsaken Church? I've never been there." He's kind of a little plump Puritan fellow with a neat triangular beard.
Goodman Isaac, you know who I am. Who
I
I represent. And you know why I'm here. Now you were telling me what you know about the Forbidden Church.
Why don't you roll a persuade on him?
Okay. And she is like saying all this while, sort of casually holding her axe.
Nothing like casually holding an axe.
I mean, she has a little bit of a reputation. That's an 11.
Whoa. Okay.
So that's a persuade, I guess.
Yeah, he'll tell you.
Okay.
He's like, you do not understand that my crops have been failing. I pray daily, and yet the Lord turns His gaze from me.
You
And
are
what is-
familiar with the Book of Job, are you not?
Indeed, but it seems that such bets or gambling, this gaming of the Lord, never ends. And if you go to the church, oh, they have such pleasures waiting for you there.
Pleasures at this church of the Forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
Well then, why don't you take me to them and let me observe this ceremony myself? Make a way for me there.
Very well. All right, so you're going with Lo. How about Andre and Lars? Are you guys going with these two into the trees, or are you finding your own way in?
I'll be in the trees.
All right, you're probably pretty good at climbing. How about Lars?
So we're at the location,
Mm-hmm.
and we need a way in, huh?
Yes. These guys found a
place
way
is in
by
ruins. There's
climbing up
also-
some trees. Yeah.
You can climb through the trees. The place is basically in ruins, and then the front entrance, I'm assuming, is guarded by the Mawkin Men.
That's correct.
So,
These Mawkin Men have like muskets too, by the way.
If I use one of my glamour moves to just sort of disguise myself, how long could I have that last? It says the effects don't last long, which I'm...
It could be long enough to get in at least. Like there's a kind of a long row of worshippers going into this church, and a lot of them are like, and then they're all wearing masks as well. So,
Alright, so like
you'd actually fit
Python, I
right
just
in.
follow
Yeah.
it. Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
Get in line.
I take
All
it
right.
I'm given some sort of mask.
Yeah. So they're all wearing like various like kind of wood carved animal masks and just sort of robes.
Oh, that's great. Definitely.
Yeah, perfect,
Glamour,
perfect.
One of those.
so these us
It's
trying
my
to
mirror of my
wrangle
yes.
down this
Magical moon mirror.
Sir Francis
All
Ford.
right.
So I'm wearing the robes, I'm wearing the mask, and I've got all of my weapons underneath.
Cool. So
Okay.
everyone's here.
How do you do with silver? With swords, with knives.
I have one of my own. Keep it.
Okay. I don't know you're a werewolf yet, so.
So
Actually, has the moon affected me in any way?
do you transform involuntarily, or do you choose to become a werewolf?
All werewolves.
All werewolves during a full moon, when the moon rises, transform.
So I'm pulling out my knife. I look over.
You
I
can-
put
you
it
can roll
away.
You can
Cool,
fight
if you
against
want.
it unless you took the thing. Did you take the thing where you can't fight against it?
I can fight against it, so I think for right now I'm resisting it.
Okay.
So I don't know what that would be.
Yeah, that's a keep your cool, which is spirit.
Yes, roll keep your cool.
He did. He's definitely
Awesome.
missing out.
All right, I'm gonna have you transform, and we'll see what happens there.
As I pull my knife out, I look over. And I put my knife away. Sorry about that. Did not mean to do that.
Be good to keep that away from me.
Yes, I'm going to keep that very far away from you.
You're like, don't go near Goody Pruitt. She talks constantly about killing werewolves.
Yeah,
Please
this
don't
could be
go
a little hard to explain to Goody Pruitt, isn't it?
She already wants you dead, Knight. That's not gonna go over well with her at all.
Well,
There's a reason why I don't like her.
Goody Pruitt's
you're
attention
not alone. You're
is
not
perhaps
alone.
taken up by what's going on down below because
Not the werewolf in the tree next to the frightened Irishman, like, why am I here?
He has to be doing this Incredible Hulk thing all the time. Like, there was a werewolf, but it wasn't me.
yeah, what did I miss? The classic, yeah.
Okay, Spider-Man, calm
Seriously
down.
wishing that I had from the brink net right now.
Well, you can get that when you can level up. So.
Yeah, but
I've already done it
I
twice.
still need 2 factions.
All right, well, chances are coming here. So the Inferno Club is throwing a good old-fashioned devil worshiping like orgy kind of thing below you. And Goody Pruitt, you are noticing there's quite a few members of respectable Puritan society that are just are getting down with the devil.
Mawkin Men, the old mental boat.
So I'm guessing
Yeah.
I didn't actually just...
Quite a lot of hypocrisy, as you can
Yeah,
imagine.
She just.
Even though I transformed.
It would be
I still-
notable that she is standing stock still and not engaging in any of this stuff whatsoever.
Ooh, okay.
Which I don't know.
So then there's 2 other noteworthy things. So Sir Francis Flood, who is a
It has like...
tall, very good-looking individual, and he's got the full I mean, if he was wearing anything but robes, it would be like the height of fashion. He is he's a fancy curly wig on. Under his weird bird mask, he's got like some powdered paint, and he's bringing out a large black goat on like a little bridle that he's leading in. There was like a bunch of crazy bonfires that are keeping everybody warm while they're engaging in this fun devil worship. And also, he says there is a statue of Asmodeus, who was one of our demonic patrons last time. In the future, this devil's going to make a deal with Michael's character from last time. But right now, Asmodeus, this large, goat-headed demonic entity, there's a statue of that there, is just looking over everything. And Sir Francis Flood points to two people who are hog-tied right below the statue. And he's like, these are a pair of red legs, Irish indentured servants. And, well, it appears their servitude will be a little bit longer. He takes out a big sacrificial dagger and he goes to, like, Asmodeus. In your name, my Lord of Darkness. Yes.
He does not get to stab in those people.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah, it's like a man and woman, a young couple, both red-haired. Yeah.
Right when he takes out the blade, a very loud bang goes off.
And then I fire a trick at the goat.
Huh?
I'm gonna kill the goat.
Kill the goat. All right,
Kill the goat.
I'm not killing the goat.
Okay, let's have.
Who I'm aiming at.
I know
You
you.
will unleash an attack on Sir Francis.
I would actually...
Remember, you're supposed to take him alive, but you can
I could
also
hurt
do that or
him
not
real
do that.
bad.
That's fair. And let's have.
They said nothing. Can I
Okay.
ask?
She shot.
They said nothing at all about him having both of his hands.
Ooh, are we going to continue the generation hero tradition of cutting off the hands of our villains? Let's see.
All right, so blood. That is a terrible roll.
Oh no!
Yeah, that is actually a failure.
Wow. All right,
and
you fire. So you're firing your rifle.
Yeah, she's firing her rifle.
Okay, it goes wide. We'll come back to you in a second.
I'm firing at the goats.
Okay.
Why do you want to kill the goat?
It's part of the sacrifice.
Wow. We'll see.
Question, man.
I think right after this shot, I'm actually gonna try and leap in there,
That's
grab the two
13.
the 2 people, and
Whoa.
leap out.
Okay, let's have you do the goat. So 13 damage on the goat.
13 hit on the goat.
All right. I mean, you're inflicting. You want to inflict terrible harm?
Can I actually? Can I take something from them and take the leash that's being led on and scare it so it bolts out the door?
Ooh.
Slightly wounded from still being shot with a freaking flintlock, but just so that the thing I'm taking is it's taking its calmness and making it fear and run.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. All right. So you fire this goat.
Fucking runs.
Starts hightailing into the chaos.
Yeah.
Let's have.
No. I was actually just going
Oh,
to.
sorry. Yeah, Andre.
to jump in, grab the two people, and jump out.
Okay.
So.
Let's have to do that one. It's going to be a little bit tricky going to this.
Two Irish
It's
people.
threshold.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Let's have you
Go with the
roll.
gun. Asmodeus.
Let's have you roll a keep your cool,
Okay.
and we'll see what happens. It's like it's kind of like you got to do it while being attacked. So,
Yeah.
or I mean, well, to do it before you get attacked.
Yeah. So.
Dude.
How do we do there? Not good at all.
No, actually, very well.
Really good.
Oh, really good.
Is your
Cool.
spirit
Spirit.
plus 1, I take?
It's
Yeah.
+1.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
So
10.
10.
I was
Whoa.
gonna say,
Okay.
werewolves have spirit of +1, just starting.
Just starting.
so.
Yeah.
All right. So, like a cat landing on its foot, this wolf lands on its feet.
And I'm hoping to be fast enough that Goody Pruitt doesn't.
Oh, Goody Pruitt probably doesn't even notice that happening because she was trained on this guy. So
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
with a 10, you're in and out so fast she doesn't even see you.
Doesn't register.
Your
Probably
smoke from
thinks
your
that
musket.
God is
Yeah.
taking that.
Musket
All right.
smokes and
So
flash
you
of
land
fire.
over and you help get these two red legs out of the way. Dallas.
With my grammar,
Mars.
could I have gotten close enough to Sir Francis Flood? If not, can I get close?
Why
to him
don't
on this
you
one?
roll the mislead? See how well your costume holds up. Mislead, distract, or trick. It's definitely you're tricking people. So
Right. Okay.
So roll with mine.
Yes. I get to roll heart because I have in our blood.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, cool.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
All right.
Welcome to probably rolling poorly on things you're good at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
you are definitely revealed. We'll get to the consequences for that. Diego.
So I know the two scarecrows are in the front, and we gotta go through them eventually. So I'm going to let it out in front of them. So hopefully this goes good. That's a 7.
Not the worst.
Not the
Okay.
best.
The spirit's got spirit.
The spirit's got spirit. So you get to.
Mark corruption, and I get to choose 1.
Must be getting near having a corruption move.
2 away.
I'm one away.
So
Yeah, teach you
Everyone's getting corrupted.
Makes sense for my
Luckily for me,
character.
there are no innocent people here.
I'm going
That
to
just got
frighten
rescued,
the
so.
demons within
Yeah.
the scarecrows. Take out my axe and say, I know you're in there, you demonic cats.
All right.
Unless you want a face full axe, you'll want to hightail it out of here before I kill all your side behind.
Whoa. All right. I want to say maybe the scarecrows aren't necessarily scared. One of them is definitely distracted and is like training its musket sort of in your general area. Can't quite see the ghost though. The other one's gonna fire. I'm gonna say, they're gonna have a D6. We'll see who it hits. Yeah, we'll do evens, odds, evens. Goody Pruitt.
Yes.
I'm afraid you were gonna get shot with a musket. Let's have you roll.
Can I do the keep it cool?
This might be an escape the situation. I think.
Okay, I'll do an escape the situation.
So roll with blood.
Either way, it was blood.
Yeah.
Luckily, that's still a 7.
Okay.
So on a 79, I choose 2.
So you could suffer harm. It would only be faint harm, which is be a graze. Be another dangerous situation. Anything important behind?
I think that she's going to leave something important behind, which is that she just drops the rifle because
Ooh.
she can't reuse it immediately.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's, and I think that she's ending up in another dangerous situation because she's pretty convinced that the reason that she didn't pull off the shot is because she's hidden herself from God's gaze. So God doesn't know that it's her. And also she's wearing the face of a pagan animal. So she
Yeah.
pulls all that stuff off at the same time she's dropping the rifle. So the rifle kind of
And this made the situation even more dangerous.
Yeah.
So that big statue of Asmodeus, this like giant sort of altar of roughly carved wood in the shape of a goat-headed, four-armed individual, sort of a weird cross between a goat and a four-armed spider. It wakes up. Some red eyes start glowing in this carved goat skull, and it like rears up from the altar, ready to attack.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay, let's have Hadraig. We'll kind of go this way.
Ooh.
So we got our two would-be sacrificial victims are sort of to the side thanks to our wolf savior. Sir Francis Flood is still thinks he's gonna be able to pull this off. Everyone below, all the other devil worshippers are panicking, and you have this large animated Asmodeus statue.
I'm gonna quickly reload my pistol and take another shot
Okay, who are you firing at?
at the gigantic statue.
All right, use an attack with that one.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's a 12.
Very
Whoa,
nice.
Hey.
very good.
So yeah, I'm going to inflict terrible harm to the statue.
Okay, how much harm do you do with that pistol there?
It does 2 harm.
Nice.
The
And also
rifle
close and
takes-
loud, so
The rifle
Yeah,
takes
they definitely know
forever
you're
to
there.
reload.
All right, so
Yeah.
yeah, mine's based off a snub nose
I
revolver.
talked to him beforehand. Basically, the bow does not have the reload function because it's not a crossbow, so she's just boom, boom, booming. But the rifle has a massive reload to the extent that it's pretty much a one and done on any given combat.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, it's like it's an old timey like muzzle loader.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
Yep. Okay, Andre.
I am going to unleash an attack on one of the what are they called?
Mawkin Men?
Mawkin Men or scarecrows.
With my now natural weapons.
Okay.
Now the lovely wolf.
Whoa,
Plus-
nice.
plus blood would be 10.
Ooh, even better. Okay. You could take something from him or inflict terrible harm.
I will inflict terrible harm.
And how much? What's the harm total for that?
I believe my normal harm is 2, and then terrible harm. I don't know exactly what that does.
I don't really know the mechanic of the terrible harm.
I don't know either.
I believe it's like an additional
Yeah.
harm. It's like doing an extra.
Yeah, I think it's probably just
off
additional
there.
harm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Plus
so it's
one.
In
3.
this game.
And then,
Okay. You mess up. You're hitting the turnip-headed scarecrow. You mess it up pretty bad. Like you're smashing up the wood. It's not disarmed, but it is like That's like halfway bitten through. Chew-toyed. What is our Fae doing, Lawrence?
All right, I'm still trying to get to Sir Francis Flood. My goal is to get to him.
Okay. I would say that's going to be keep your cool. So like make your way through the crowd without a
Okay.
demonic goat statue attacking you.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to, I guess, as you could say, calmly get there.
Yeah.
8 plus what? Spirit? 9.
Ooh. Okay. I'm gonna say you're gonna do it, but you're gonna take faint harm.
Okay,
You are gonna get scratched, like the goat statue just swings down.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Trying
And
to get through, but
some of like these nailed Asmodeus claws kind of slice you a bit. So you can write. You're also gonna get like slight gashes on your shoulder, but you do make it to Sir Francis, who was like, "Oh, this is most interesting." Goody Pruitt.
Okay, I am pulling out my bow and arrow at this point with the blessed arrows, and I'm shooting at Asmodeus.
Okay.
'Cause-
Good idea. Nothing like putting little holy arrows into the possessed statue.
Yeah. See if we can drive the devil out of this. That's better. That's a 10.
Nice.
Or, sorry, no, it's a 9.
Okay.
It's not
So.
bad. So, it's an unleash an attack. So I will say that inflict harm on me doesn't really make sense because I'm not standing next to it. So I will say that I find myself in a bad spot, which is I've gained this thing's attention.
Yeah. How much harm do you do to it?
I do lots.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm inflicting terrible harm.
That's an extra +1 there.
Then I do my extra 1 for being deadly,
So it's +2.
and then 3 from the bow. So that's 5 altogether, and it's blessed.
Ooh, okay. Statue's not looking good. The arrow goes. Where do you say you're aiming?
Oh, I'm aiming right through its beady devil eyes.
Oh yeah, it goes right in there. Some steam is starting to leak out. Yeah, it's making an unholy noise. There's an arrow jabbing right out of its eye socket.
And she's like,
I'm making an unholy noise too, ah.
All right.
And like she always does, she sang the song that begins with, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want."
Lord's Prayer, or not the Lord's Prayer. It's the something. It's the one that King David wrote. I don't know. Oh, sorry. This is my Hebrew school days. I was bar mitzvah too long ago. Diego, what are you doing?
Let's see here. Andre's got the scarecrows.
At least one.
He's chewed up one. There is still one remaining.
There is still one remaining.
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to manifest to be touched, and I can be seen, not heard. And I'm going to try and just, smash that scarecrow apart with me axe.
Alright, are you going for the one that our wolf is attacking, or the other
No,
one?
the other one.
Okay, so
That
pumpkin head.
has its attention. Yeah.
Welcome to the fray, my
And I don't know, what stats did we use for the axe? It's a two-handed axe.
Yeah, it's at least the attack. I would say, let me check our...
Or would it be
weapon
better
guide here.
to just, use stats for the sword and call it an axe?
That's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna say, 3 harm. With messy, definitely. Close
Psalm
range.
23.
Alright, so unleash an attack. Snake eyes.
Oh, no.
That
Okay.
stinks, dude.
With that bad one, I'm gonna be your ghostly axe gets embedded into the floorboards of the church.
How the hell does that happen?
It's evil, unhallowed devil ground, I guess. It's stuck in there.
Yeah.
Alright.
And you're correct, it is the Psalm of David.
Okay.
I think you said David.
Yeah. Andre, you are getting bashed by a scarecrow with a musket.
Alrighty.
So let's have you roll keep your cool. Okay. You only get faint harm. Which is you can be bruised.
Oh, I do have 1 armor.
Oh, nice. Okay, you're good. It's the armor, but does not get through it. Yeah, like that powerful wolf hide. The other one with the musket is going to take a shot at you.
Okay.
So you roll keep your cool.
Keep it cool.
Yeah, keep it cool so the scarecrow
0
shoots
for me.
you.
It's a 9.
Oh, I have 2 armor.
Okay, you also going to take. You already have faint.
I do have faint already.
Okay. So you are gonna. It's gonna go up 1.
Yeah, you'd have +1 blood also, right? Or +1 to attack.
Yeah, I might do the
Plus
grievous
1
one.
to
You're gonna be shot in the shoulder.
God.
Plus
What's being good? I got grazed earlier. I got shot in the shoulder. What is my deal? My left arm is basically useless.
You just keep on getting shot, and this an accurate scarecrow with a musket.
I'm mad.
Got it, yeah.
So
Now the
Yeah, okay.
Hey,
Okay.
The magic attacks.
the statue. Cat will have you roll keep your cool.
Okay, I shall
It's
do
going
that.
to try and pick you up and hurl you into the church wall.
Well, that makes sense. That's what I would do in its case.
Do not put yourself in the
What?
devil's
Well, say
statues.
I'm hunting the devil
Footsteps.
right now, so I am
Sure,
on my
sure.
hunt, and therefore my slam powers.
Yeah, that's fair. The devil stands ready is the name of this chapter. So a lot of
Let's
devil
see.
stuff.
So my keep it cool is another 2, so 7.
Okay, let's have you take faint harm.
Okay, she already has 1 faint harm, so it'll bump into grievous.
Yeah, which is
Basically,
that.
one of the stitches opens up.
Yes, you can say open stitch. Yeah, and some bruising as you are hurled back into the wall. All right, Padre, you got a nasty. You got winged.
Not a great situation. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend this run reloading my gun with one hand as best as I can because I got shot in my arm.
Nothing like a one-handed flintlock.
So that's I'm spending my turn just kind of reloading my flintlock pistol as best as I can
Okay.
and trying to get in some better cover.
All right, let's have you roll. Keep it cool. And I'll say if you succeed, you successfully load that pistol and you can do something with it. If not, you spend
Nope.
the whole time. No, okay.
5.
All right, you loaded the pistol. Andre,
Yep. So I just reread and actually have 2 armor when I'm transformed.
Oh,
So-
nice. All right, so you only got 1 armor left.
Yep. So, but I will continue to unleash my claws on
Yeah, on the scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
All right, turn ahead. How'd you do there?
2, 3. It's a 5.
Okay, you still going strong.
Yep.
Okay.
Boo.
How about Lars?
So if I've made it to Sir Francis Flood,
Yeah.
I'd like to end the glamour if it's still going. If not, he knows who I am. And I'd like to pull out my Goblet of Oaths and remind him that he owes me 2 debts.
Ooh.
Upon that, touch him, and I'd like to use my scales of justice. So when I cash in a debt with someone, to use a power from fairy magic, including powers not normally available to you, on them at no cost. So I basically I'm cashing in this debt so I don't take harm, corruption, or anything like that from using my fairy magic.
Yeah.
And if I can, it says including powers not normally available to me. Because I'm cashing in a debt.
Yeah. So what
So
power are
I'd
you
like
going
to
to unleash on
use
this guy?
Bedlam, which is touch the target to place them in a specific emotional state. Which is I'd like to put them in a hell of a state of remorse and reflection right now and say, I need you to go and wait over there. You've been bad.
Ooh, go.
We'll collect
Put him in
you.
the
Are you giving
Put
the
him in
cultist a
timeout.
timeout?
Yeah, we'll collect you later.
All right, need you roll for that one, or you just cast the spell and it happens?
It's basically a fairy power. If you want me to roll,
I'm okay with you not rolling for this one. I'm gonna say you do it. Yeah.
I'm cashing a debt for it, basically.
Yeah.
Is what that is. So
All right. He realizes that this spirit he's had dealings with before coming back to haunt him. He freaks out and he starts running, kind of to the corner, sort of like to cower now. He's definitely he thought maybe his forces had the edge here, but now he's not so sure. Goody Pruitt.
I'm shooting at the Asmodeus again.
All right, taking another arrow shot.
That's what she would do. Yeah, definitely another arrow shot.
I'm seeing a 6 over there, so it must be something good.
That is a 10 altogether.
Okay, pretty good.
So
All right,
that's an
inflict terrible
unleash
harm.
attack. Oh yeah, she's definitely doing terrible harm.
Oh, yeah.
They don't inflict harm on me because of my awesome roll.
Ooh,
So it's taking 1, 2, 5 points of blessed arrow.
All right, where are you putting that other arrow? Into its other
Oh,
eye?
it's other eye.
All right, well, with 1 arrow in each eye, that is all the
requires a
statue
count.
takes.
Yes.
And the devil has left it.
Very nice.
Can I do as a finishing blow? She whips out her axe and just cuts the head off.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's a big, statue, but...
Yeah, but it's
Tiny
the power of the Lord.
Yes. Some of that lordly power sends that head bouncing along the flagstones of the church. It is now gone. And it just
Behind me,
collapses.
Satan.
Ooh. Diego.
I'm just gonna take out my pistol and shoot the damn thing.
The scarecrow? Yeah, that's
Come
fair. Alright, roll unleash an attack on it.
Damn. It's 7. I'm not rolling good tonight.
That's still something. So you can do inflict terrible harm or take
Yes.
something from it.
Taking inflict terrible harm on it.
Okay, it's the pistol is 2 damage.
I'm not too sure.
Let me check out the pistol here.
A pistol. I have a. What type of pistol is it?
I'm not too sure.
What's
It's
the
It's
say on
2
there?
harmed.
Yeah, so
What's
3.
your equipment?
2 harm?
Yeah, it should be. Where do you have?
My gear is whatever I had on my person when I died.
That's fair.
My-
Like a
my-
pirate pistol is good.
If I had a pistol, it'd be 2 harmed.
Yeah, my flintlock pistol is 2 harm.
Alright,
So
Close
3
loud,
harm.
reliable,
you
concealed.
blow half of the pumpkin apart. So it's still there, but it looks definitely halfway dead.
Don't know if I have to reload this thing. Don't have any bullets.
Ghost, it
The
fires
last round
ghost
you had.
energy.
Ectoplasm.
Yeah.
Always load.
Oh, yeah. So,
And choose one from below.
oh yeah.
Put
Good
myself
case.
in a bad spot, I'd say. Or DM's discretion.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the bad spot is that the evil unhallowed ground of the church is starting to hurt you a bit more. So you don't know how much longer you can keep manifesting here. Yeah, before your soul really starts.
Someone's starting
against
to
things of corrosion.
flicker in and out.
Yeah, exactly. All right,
I
so
don't have lungs.
Sir Francis, he's looking up from his corner, and he's like, Master Lars, a word. And perhaps if we could talk about this like gentlemen, I could make my scarecrow friends cease their fusillade upon your companion.
Oh, I'm having so much fun with these ones.
I had some trouble hearing you over all this fighting. Could you tell them to stop? Then we can talk.
Give me a persuade for that.
What's persuade again?
Art? Yeah.
Art? 6.
Okay. He's like, well, perhaps I negotiate through a position of strength. Another one is going to shoot. Or actually, they're both kind of like one of them's a melee with you. Let's say you do a keep your cool as it tries to musket butt you again.
11.
Sweet.
Okay, it like tries to musket butt you. Your claw just bats it aside.
The spirit of the wolf.
Yeah, that one's spirit. In fact, Andre, I'll let you and Diego do like one more thing here.
See if I can.
I know I'm sorry, I'm skipping everybody
No,
else
fine.
here. But I'm like, these are the ones who are mixing up with the scarecrow.
So I finish this thing off.
Oh yeah, okay. That's the end of Turniphead.
It's 11. So,
Oh yeah, he gone.
And I got a 9.
He gone.
Also, he's gone. He's not gonna fire back at you because you took
You
him
are
apart.
saying about the position of power.
Yes, I was just at the...
Yeah, these scarecrows are in pieces. Okay, so
Can I get
Francis
my
flies
axe out
like
of the floor and like take a swipe at it?
what's that?
Can I get my axe out of the floor and like take a swipe at it?
Yeah, I'll say now you can spend the time to kind of pull the axe out.
Good.
She's
Passion
ignoring.
dance from the place.
Well,
See, I got learned this game.
well, which is just him at this point.
I do things.
I didn't do anything yet either on this turn.
I know. I've done things. I've done things.
He's done a thing on this turn. He's done a thing on this turn, and he's done it. But you and I, man.
Well,
The
you guys should have.
ages
Are-
of
are-
mortality.
Are
You
they the
killed
scarecrows
Big
dead?
giant demon
Huh?
statue.
That was the last turn.
Yeah, but like we're kind of out of combat.
I'm
at
gonna
this
put
point, so
my
kinda-
pistol away and
Anybody-
let myself down in there. And can I actually investigate the sort of ritual site that was before the statue, before everything went to heck and back.
Maybe you can find a way from
Is this a power location?
Yes, investigate place of power.
And I'm doing
11.
something kind of similar, but in a different,
Whoa.
totally different way.
Okay. All right. So you definitely. So you can ask me one question about the schemes in politics, the Inferno Club, which is who may be connected with.
What were they trying to do here? What was the point of this ritual? Well, actually, let me say that. Does anybody think they have a better question than that?
Goody Pruitt has something specific that she wants, but
Okay.
I want to handle that.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of want to know what they were doing here.
Okay. So it was again sort of a transactional thing. It was sort of like it was definitely getting more power from Asmodeus, but the other goal was kind of like bringing corruption to Salem. So it was kind of like spreading some of that demonic energy and sowing discord. Made him in the main goal here. Okay, Goody Pruitt.
So Goody Pruitt approaches, God, I can't.
Sir Francis?
Sir Francis. Sort of like just unholsters her axe and twirls it.
Oh, you're very
And walks
adept with
towards
that little hatchet there.
With people here in this service to you. They've written their name in a book, yes?
He's like, are you referring to like the devil's book that he sort of carries around with him?
Yes. I'm talking about the Devil's Book. Is it here in a physical manifestation?
It's a typical, rather dim colonial. The book is sort of more of a metaphor.
Do you have a list of the membership of this church?
Such like list keeping. That's way too boring. No, I do not.
Do I feel like he's telling the truth about that?
Why don't you roll?
Because I would like to persuade him to tell me the truth.
I'm trying to think of like I might say keep your cool is like to kind of tell if someone's lying to you.
Okay.
Because that's kind of like not be fooled. So let's say you keep
Sure.
your cool.
She's still on her hunt. She'll
Yeah.
keep your cool. So that's a 10.
Okay. You can tell he's probably telling you the truth.
Okay.
This isn't a guy who's interested in bookkeeping.
Luckily for you, I have a very good memory and I know who's here and I'm very well believed by the hangman. Unfortunately for you, I also believe that the devil makes work for idle hands. And she cuts off one of his hands. Because I'm sick of his smug attitude.
Well, he's certainly not smug after that. In fact, he is wailing and screaming.
Do you want me to even roll on that? Or?
No, you can cut off his hand.
It's sort of what you do.
Yeah.
Now, would you care to treat me with the respect that my position earns, or would you like me to start cutting other parts of you off?
He is like wailing and screaming here, so.
He's going to bleed out soon unless we do something. Does anyone know medical expertise?
Yeah, I really wish I cut his hand off.
Not really my job, actually. I'm more of the,
He's like, do something!
What would medical stuff be, anyways?
Probably a mind roll.
No, I can do this, but I really wish I hadn't cut his hand off.
yeah,
No.
it's kind of a bad move.
Please, I shall owe you a debt, I promise.
Then
I have a high position in the East India Company. John Company backs me.
I don't have to mark this off. It stays where it's at 1 still. And I touch him and heal him for 2 harm.
Alright, so it sort of stops bleeding. He like is holding it close and he kind of falls back and passes out. But yeah, he definitely owes you.
Perhaps
And-
you'll
Who
get
cut his
your
hand
answer
off again?
ways up.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Why didn't you cut a man's hand off?
Devil makes work for idle hands. His hands were very idle.
He only cut off one of his hands.
How are you?
Well, they stopped me before I cut the other one off.
Which is not going good, but please, work
And
first.
you look
then
like you've
flesh
taken
out.
a shot.
Yeah, a little bit. I've taken a little bit of shots.
Can I cash in one of my debts to drag to or one of his?
Oh,
debts?
to offer to heal him?
Yeah, to offer to heal him.
Is that okay with you,
Do I owe you
Patrick?
more debt or something?
No, it says you may cash in a debt with someone
What?
to use very.
Okay.
I take it that I've still not seen the werewolf.
And it says
I'm sure he's keeping in the shadows.
Sorry.
It depends on if you're standing right in the middle of the room.
Well, I'm going to say, let's have. So,
inside.
do you owe Lars a debt?
I do owe Lars a debt.
Okay, you can have that debt's taken care of now, and
Okay.
he heals you with some magic there.
Okay.
So gets that wounded shoulder is healing up.
I'll still keep his secret.
Okay.
I do know his secret. From
All
his
right.
act. I'm gonna keep that still
And
myself.
I think with that, so where are you taking the unconscious Sir Francis?
Well, I'm actually going to be trying to hide from her in the shadows.
Okay, so you're probably
I'll
not.
be nearby, but
Yeah, I imagine a wolf can disappear pretty well into the night.
I'm gonna actually find the statue and kind of find the other eye and pick it up.
Ooh, okay. You can write down Asmodeus' eye in your inventory. That could come in handy.
And is there a
Yeah,
way
I
you
shot
can-
through both the eyes.
Did you think through both the eyes?
Well, I mean, they were like carved
She
from
did.
wood, so it's got an arrow in it, but it's still.
Yeah.
Yank the eye
You
out.
can still take it, yeah.
Yeah,
there,
I'm
but-
just,
yeah.
noting there definitely was shot.
Yeah, there's like, a gouged arrow in there, but
Yeah.
it's still good, still made of something. Some
She
use.
does recover her rifle.
Yeah, okay.
She walks off loading it. Like
All
she
right.
could not care less about
Or Sir Francis, are you two taking him prisoner, or are you just going to leave him
yeah.
out there?
I mean, I thought he was still somewhat subdued, but if not,
he's unconscious.
He's unconscious, so
I'll still cash in my last debt with him to persuade him to come with us if I have to. 'Cause I get plus
you're gonna have to wake him up.
I mean, you can just like carry him.
Yeah.
He's not going to do anything
Just
to
carry
stop
him.
Oh, I also take his hand with me.
you. Okay, cool.
No,
Just
please.
bring-
Can
Give
we,
them a little hand. Give the man a hand.
Can we
Hands up.
please leave this place? I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Let's go. You
No.
can leave. Let's go. Let's go.
Can't please leave. I'm not manifest anymore. You can't hear or see me.
So
Ugh.
it's a pretty weird place here. So apparently, where is it? What did I write down? So apparently they're trying to corrupt Salem here.
the entire city.
The city, Salem. Yeah. That's what the Inferno Club is here for.
Interesting. So,
Well, good thing that I know all the members of this church.
You know them all now,
I observed them. I know
even
who
with
they
all
are.
their masks.
You said that it was. Were they taking off their masks at all, or
not really, but you might have. I mean, well, maybe I'll have you roll next time to see how well you did with that one. And like maybe with the information you're going to provide to the hangman there about it too.
well, I still have Isaac also.
Oh, yes,
who I
yeah.
can inquire about his memberships.
Yeah, you know, Goodman Lowe was in there. Andre, there is one more thing for you before you're going to go to our end of session. So maybe the next day, or actually kind of as you're leaving and running through the woods that very night, the woman that you saved, or the couple that you saved, both kind of sort of appear with some supernatural speed in front of you, and these red legs might not be just some normal indentured servants after all. The woman gives you like a big smile She is very pretty. Has this like flame red hair, but the smile is like dazzlingly white. And as you're looking at her, you can almost hear like the crash of the ocean waves. And she says, like, "Queen, you have done a kindness to Queen Grace, my boy. I owe you a debt in turn." And then they disappear. Yeah. So Queen Grace has arrived, and she owes him for saving her. Yeah. Always cool to have a fairy queen owing you something.
I did also level up, but I'll talk to you after this.
Ooh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, damn.
So let's do those final moves here. So, maybe we'll go around kind of the opposite way, starting with Padraig. So two things. You get to increase one of your moves, or increase one of your factions by one, decrease another, depending on how you think things happen. There wasn't too much. Well, you worked with like 3 of the 4, I think. So.
Yeah, I'm. Yeah.
But then also some debt talk. Do you think anyone owed you, or you owe anyone else?
I think I'm gonna shift my mortality to 0 and bring my wild back up. Because Saswan did give us a pretty good lead.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I really respect him for that, and I'm still obviously keeping his secret too.
Yeah, that's cool. So you have some good interactions there.
You know what? I don't think I really. I mean, if I owe anybody a debt, I owe it to Diego for helping me out with the snooping and figuring out the plan, at least giving us some early intel on the situation.
Yeah, there was some. I could definitely see like Team Ghost and Aware was doing good. Some teamwork making the dream work.
Team freaking out.
Yeah, team freaking out. How about Andre, our newcomer werewolf? You move one up, shift one down. You don't have to though. If you think you're kind of the same, have the same relationship with the factions, they can stay the same as they were. I don't think okay, it's okay if they stay the same.
Yeah, I would say the same.
So
All
early
right.
on.
Yeah, I mean, like it's early yet for the game, so who knows what will happen. And then, do you think someone owes you a debt, or do you owe anyone else a debt? I can think of someone who you might owe for intervening, or choosing to kind of turn a kind eye to you, or what do you think though?
I was thinking I might actually owe Lars for keeping me from attacking Miss Pruitt.
Yeah, that makes sense there.
Mrs. Pruitt.
All right, so you can mark down that you owe Lars a debt.
Enough of that.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna double up. How about Lars? Who do you think, or are there any faction shifts going on with you?
Currently, that abandoned church thing, that was a whole mortality thing that was going on. That was power.
Yeah, I would say that's power.
Okay.
Yeah.
Power faction.
So for them using like natural and like messing with the populace and things like that, power would go down. Wild would go up to my interaction with Prince Henry, and him coming into my shop, gracing the store and all that, and having an interaction.
How lovely.
So that'd be power and wild. Yeah,
That's cool. You think you owe anybody, or does anyone owe you? It might not be. I mean, you were kind of doing some selfless playing peacekeeper a bit.
Yeah, I don't think I incurred any debts on that one.
Okay. Think anyone would you? I mean, I guess he owes you, but he would mark that. So.
Yeah, and I can't see anyone else.
Okay.
So I'll leave that as debts right now.
How about Goody Pruitt?
Well, I have a question about, like, really what faction means. Because she learned more about Knight, but on the other hand, she's making enemies. So I don't know if that means...
That's sort of how I felt.
So the
too.
score there is you're standing with the faction.
Oh, so how they feel about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is their willingness to help you.
Then that definitely went down by
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Knight would go down because he tried to kill Lord Claggett.
How high up can a faction go?
3.
3?
Technically 3.
So I'm going to say that Knight is now officially at 0, and Mortality is at 3.
Nice. Good call.
Because she has very much made it clear that she is an agent for...
Yeah, the Hangman.
humans.
She's made it clear to all of us.
Yeah, she introduces herself with, you know who I am and you know who I represent.
Actually,
do something? I think my standing with mortality went down, and my standing with wild went up with...
Yeah, that makes sense. You fought with some mortality, and you ended up
Yep.
kind of making an allegiance with Wild, with Queen Grace.
Cool.
All right. Oh.
And I would say that, in her opinion, she doesn't know anybody a damn dead.
No, yeah. I'd agree with that.
Because she was like, I'll kill him.
You were your own wrecking ball tonight.
Yeah, she's like, I killed him, I'll kill him, I'll kill you.
I'll kill everybody! We're just like sitting there with guns up like,
You do know she's going to begin the next game by killing several Puritans.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
How about Diego?
What are your corruption moves? Are you
Hurting
you wear
innocent
one?
people.
Hopefully you get the right people.
So faction-wise, I would think power went down with the whole thing with the church, like distorting me. I didn't want to be there.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that
bad
back.
experience with magic.
It says when you injure a mortal while pursuing the supernatural, but you found out that Drake Francis wasn't mortal.
No, he's mortal.
He's mortal.
Oh, well then I guess I'm Orca correct.
Yeah, go ahead and do that correctly.
He's just a
So he's not actually a demon or anything.
No.
Oh, okay.
The
No.
statue was.
Yeah, but
He's a sorcerer.
Okay, that counts as a mortal.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's
Because they do make the distinction of someone who is not mortal, so that could be.
Well, yeah. Is he in the mortal faction?
That's I don't know if it necessarily
I think it's
means
kind of a
mortal
different
action
thing.
because you ignore your mortal responsibilities to deal with the supernatural, mortal,
Are you mortal
and a
or
wizard
not?
is still a
Yeah.
mortal. They're not.
Okay.
They don't. It's not like they never die.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, well then I should mark a corruption for that. But I think he's actually the first person I've injured.
You injured me.
Did I?
You shot me in the arm.
It was accidental.
An accidental.
Yes.
No.
I don't
You
know.
still shot me.
Do you want her to mark corruption for that? Because it was
No.
accidental.
I think it's fitty for her to get a mark. I don't really care if I
Okay.
or not.
I can
Diego.
mark another corruption. I don't care.
You didn't willingly hurt me.
It doesn't matter if it was willing. I injured you.
That's true.
If you want to end up with Goody Pruitt, I mean, it might happen whether you intend to or not, with her being like losing it and becoming a non-playable character.
Well, she's
Takes a while.
She's a long way from non-playable character, but
Okay.
she is about to. It depends on how culpable you view her as turning over the list of the people involved.
All right, we'll see what happens with that.
She's definitely turning an eyes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's a
Diego,
guilty
what are you up to?
There we go. So, last thing. Night. That went up by 1.
Yeah,
Mostly
you and
because
Crockett
of-
were.
Making deals.
I think so. He's gonna give you some information about the Sanguine Tide.
Yeah, and I would say, question his honor as a lord, so if he's honorable, he'll keep the deal. And I don't intend to break mine either. So, mutual benefits for everyone involved. Hopefully. I'm also going to mark a corruption, because I stood by while Goody Pruitt tried to kill him. And I left. So, that's me.
Okay, and I think with that we are going to bring this chapter of our Salem saga to a close. That is the end of The Devil Stands Ready. Next week, the arrows of death fly unseen at noonday.
It's true. It's very hard to see.
Arrows.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Probably not my arrows.
There's some excellent. Those arrows are seen for sure. They're just some nice John Edwards "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God" quotes. So, forming our chapter titles. But we'll see what happens in Salem. Same time next week for chapter 3.
Awesome. Chapter 3 next week.
Everybody again about how horrible could
No, dude, it's great. I love it. I love it. I know it doesn't reflect you.
No, I love every movie they fight, they team up. Like that's how it
I,
is.
I knew either one of you two would start a fight with me or something.
It's all a matter of perspective.
Small fry in Diego's book.
Ooh.
Depends on what side you're on. That's all it means.
But even you would probably agree with that.
Well, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. If you're watching, lurking, chilling, watch us on VOD. It's all good with us. So thanks, Fettuccine, for hanging out a little bit in there and seeing what we're up to. Make sure there's a couple things that I want to make sure that everybody knows about. Generation Shadow T-shirt is available on our Amazon store. So if you guys want
I got a
to,
leftover at the end of the game.
here, let's pick it up. If you want to pick it up on our Amazon merch
So
store,
far behind. I had one,
Anybody?
Like literally one more.
anybody want a Generation Shadow T-shirt? It's on Amazon right now for $18.25.
Yeah, that's.
Heck yeah.
I literally make 4 cents if you buy it. So I will pay my SMUD bill. And anybody else in other states, I was like, it'll pay my power bill. I make 4 cents.
That's awesome.
Each time. No, it's $18.25. But seriously, it's a Generation Shadow T-shirt.
It looks real good.
The logo is designed by none other than who? Jenny Panush.
Yeah, my sister.
Yes. So she designed the thing. So make sure and check it out. It's available like right now. I'm so excited they approved it because some of these names they don't approve. But this one got approved. So Generation Shadow is an actual T-shirt on our store. So please check it out. We make no money on it, but it's a cool shirt. Also, make sure then go to, of course, the other thing that we're doing. Make sure and go to magpiegames.com/shop. Why? Because you can get 20% off of the game that we're running right now. So
It's awesome.
these are so many cool things that we got to remember that the people that make these games are part of our community too. They're a huge part of this community. So they're not Hasbro. They're not, big publishers. They love games. So make sure and check them out. Okay. Until then, until next Tuesday, 7 p.m., make sure and pull up a chair.
And make time for the tabletop.
I didn't even have to say it that time. This was.
I know. We're getting better. We're doing better.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Nice.